Just about to get started with the first match. It's going to be Claim Blitz on Inkblot Art Academy. Let's go.
We do see a brush coming out from the side of Madhouse. Just a little nods to Red Shell, who is not here today. And the Shiny, of course, coming out with the Blob Obbler, a weapon that is becoming a lot more popular recently. Actually, a double slosh coming out with that vanilla slosher as well.
Right, I'm looking at these teams. We really don't see much range. No Splatlings, no Chargers. It's going to be a very, very frontline heavy battle.
Right away, we see a couple of fights coming around this left side. 2 players for Carnage Gaming going down as we see the rest of Madhouse starting to push up into that plat. Now, a lot of clamps spawning up there, but they don't have enough to make a power yet. And who's this? X is starting to work around this right side with the Crappy Blaster. Gets a very nice pick on Uzi, popping that baller, trying to push up there, but they still don't really have enough clamps to kind of work with, but they are trying to get at least enough paint there to get something going.
Yeah, couldn't quite get there yet. They do have control of mid, but again, not forming the power clamp just yet. And it looks like Carnage Gaming is going to be pushing out a little bit more towards mid, pushing back Madhouse as 2 players go down on Madhouse.
That's a nice response by Carnage Gaming. You saw them get a couple of picks, but the main reason why nothing really got going there is because Madhouse didn't really have the clam economy to kind of work with here. And now we see the map starting to flip back to this purple side, things being a little bit more neutral. Trades come back and forth now as Ed, of all players, coming around, getting a nice double. And this will spark an opening push here for Madhouse.
Yeah, and definitely we'll see more follow the claims now because we have more turf, more claims are spawning in mid. So yeah, they do get all the way down to 74. It looks like that might be, ooh, and they get into just a few more. The basket's still open, getting all the way down to 59. 3v3, still working their way up. Oh, and yep, all the way past 50.
And, you know, okay, I was about to say, if they can find a way to get that brush to be a little bit more annoying, they can keep this push going. But still, you want to get under like 60 with your first push.
Yeah.
47 remaining, that's pretty good. 3 minutes left to go here as we see the Blob starting to rain down bubbles, trying to give one of these Madhouse players a bath on their own plat as armor's being popped by Rizza. And special, so a lot of specials coming out right now for Carnage Gaming. So it looks like they're going to try to make something going right here. They do take down the brush player, and they do take down X on the Crappy Blaster as well. But it seems like every time they get 1 splat or 2, they're losing a couple players in process. So they're not really finding a way to move forward with that. This power goes down as well.
Right, 3 players are down now on Carnage Gaming. They did have an opportunity, but it was really hard. They had some map control, but couldn't quite push all the way up there. But now we see a suction rush ready, and we'll see what happens.
Umbre does have the suction bomb ready to go and is currently top fragging with that Splash-O-Matic. Ed over here getting a nice pick. I believe that is Aussie, how that is pronounced, unless I am wrong. Trying to work back up here again, and this is not the position you want to be in. If you're a Carnage Gaming, you're constantly being forced on the defensive end, trying to stop all these pushes that are coming here. And it looks like they will get out of this push without having more points added to their total, but they will get rid of all their penalty points. But still, Carnage Gaming's having a lot of difficulty getting across mid right now.
They are. In Madhouse, they did have a power claim ready, but unfortunately couldn't get close enough to score. But they're forming more claims. Both teams have a power claim ready.
You know, not a lot of specials being popped by Carnage Gaming just yet. Of course, Rizzo's popping out these armors, but there's no suction bomb rushes. That's just the second missiles now coming out from the vanilla slosher. And we do start to see the map, again, is starting to flirt with the idea of changing purple. Now it's starting to work out.
Carnage Gaming is pushing up. 3 power claims are there. Are they going to get out? Oh! Oh, now they're wiped. Oh, so close.
Actually, this is really bad because now they're just going to come firing right back. Madhouse has a great opportunity here, waiting for just for that Mercy Clam to fall. And wow, it's taken a long time. Honestly, adding a little bit more points there just kind of delayed that timer because they really wanted that Mercy Clam. So that delay obviously working in their favor. 1 minute left to go here. Ed jumping in. That's going to get rid of the points. Umbre coming in just as well. X being the last player left behind. And this is Carnage Gaming's final opportunity, or maybe not the final, but their first real chance to do some serious damage.
Certainly is, and just under 40 seconds left. This is kind of rough because you can score, but then if you don't take the lead, will you have another opportunity beyond that? So Riz is going to jump, and it looks like she will go in. 3 players are down on Madhouse.
And here come the clams, 40 remaining. Do they have enough? They have to kind of make this an elongated push here, as we do see a couple of players going down. Rizza jumping in.
Goes down.
And that's going to be a wipe with 10 seconds remaining. I think that's it. I don't think they have a Mercy Clam.
They can't form a power clam, yeah.
Yeah, and unless like some crazy, you know how clams spawn on this map, something goes right underneath your plat, and that's not going to be the case there.
Yeah.
Madhouse putting on the aggression and literally limiting the windows. Carnage Gaming could only push like 1 or 2 times that entire set.
Right, and they did a really good job coordinating their specials when they had it. Like you mentioned, we didn't see it happen very often, but you would look up and they would use all 3 of them at once, and unfortunately it just didn't work out for them.
It's almost like they were waiting for those perfect opportunities to get a push instead of trying to create the opportunities themselves.
Absolutely.
And Madhouse was doing a really good job of not presenting opportunities for them to push, and that's what's got them this first lead here, obviously in the set. It is worth noting, as I've noticed, as the core, this has been a very long day.
Right, we're going on hour number 12? No.
We've been playing since 10 in the morning.
Right, so hour number 10.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
And
it's been a long day.
I think Carnage Gaming played yesterday. I don't know what Madhouse's schedule was, but the longer you play, it's just like any other tournament. The longer you play in it, the more drained, the more lack of focus you get in it. When you talk about a game like Splatoon, where it's frames that are just the difference between things, especially at the skill level these guys are playing at, that it's so hard to play at your laser focus, especially as we're getting later into the night.
It really is, and then I'm thinking too, even for call-outs and whatnot. You know, later in the day, later in the tourney, you might not be using them as much just because you are a little more exhausted. So it's always hard to just be on top of it 100% of the time.
You always get like caught up in those tongue twisters. It's on the plat over there, and it's like,
Yeah, but I'll say, Clam Blitz opening this round, absolutely a joy. I love watching Clam Blitz, but now we are going to move on to Rainmaker on Manta Maria.
And the question is going to be, what is Power going to break out here? Obviously, Stingray working out very well on this map, but we will see as the teams start to ready up here. Same kind of Kinsa machine coming out from the side of Madhouse, and Power kind of doubling down, sticking with that Neo Splash. Maybe I haven't been paying enough attention to Power, because these are some completely different weapons from what I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, and again, we don't really have much range. Again, no Splatlings, no Chargers, but a pretty early pop there by Carnage Gaming. They did a really good job controlling mid, and it looks like they're going to try and push up. We do see a Suction Rush ready. 1 player down now on Carnage Gaming. Oh, 2 players down.
Madhouse coming out very strong in this opening 30 seconds. Can they grab the Rainmaker and get something done with it, though? You want to kind of drop it down that street and have a good opportunity to do that just here. But Ed dies just before they can make that push happen. But the Blob's going down as well. So that means the pushing power is going to go to Woopar, who is going to pop missiles as well. And now they got a clear path. This is looking very dangerous for Carnage Gaming. All of a sudden, if Woopar can find a way to get up that mount, and they do. Madhouse very quickly. If you blinked, you missed it. Up 2-0 over Carnage Gaming.
Yeah, that was a very different pace than we had in our first game. You know, I don't know how long that lasted. Was that under a minute?
That was about a minute.
Just about a minute, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not enough for the stats to even matter.
I know.
But again, same kind of concept. Who's the more aggressive team? It's Madhouse. And in Clam Blitz, you can kind of have more opportunities to bounce back from that aggression.
Yeah.
Rainmaker, you're not.
No.
Rainmaker moments.
Rainmaker, Tower, both very active modes. You need to be on that objective to make it going. Zones and Clams a little more passive. You know, having a lot of map control helps you, and you can take the objective without necessarily like being like grabbing it or focusing one person on it too. So it's a very, very different play style.
And now Splat zones at Sturgeon Shipyard. Carnage Gaming forced into the situation to where they need to do a reverse sweep.
Yeah.
And you start to think, okay, what do we need to change something comp-wise?
Right.
This isn't like a normal. Sometimes in other tournaments you have like 5 or 6 guys on your roster. Well, let's just sub someone out. Not the easiest thing to do in a LAN, but the question for Carnage Gaming is, are they going to change up something? Because the playstyle they're using just isn't working, and especially with the first 2 modes here. Maybe something a little bit like Splat Zones can change that, but we'll take a look, see here as we hear them readying up.
We hear them readying.
And my bald head is still on screen for some reason. And there we go. Oh, okay. Is that a Luna Blaster and a Crapit Blaster? Is that tournament legal? How is that going to work? Okay. Oh, and we do see a Firefin.
We do see
coming
the
out for
Firefin,
Carnage.
yes. This is a sniper splatling haven here. As nobody's going to take the zone quite yet. It's going to be very contested right now.
That's a perma brush too. Okay, Madhouse clearly living up to their name. Their comp is a Madhouse, if anything. One player going down on the side of Carnage Gaming. Wupar doing a good job of kind of being annoying. I call that the Fight Club area down there. As now their armor's getting popped, and we see some players starting to push up here.
Yeah.
You know, not a lot of painting power as I'm looking at Madhouse's comp. But if you kill the other team, and they spend more time dead than you do, all of a sudden you have the better painting comp.
Yeah, that's a good point. And for a mode like Splat Zones, where it's all about map control, I mean, every mode's essentially about map control, but Splat Zones, you have the lockout phase. Very, very important to push up and paint. But now Carnage Gaming has the zone. We'll see if they get down to 65.
Yeah, and this is where Madhouse might struggle with this comp they have here. Now they do get armor, and they're popping it off right now, and those blasters are gonna have to go to work with that if they want to find a way to cap this zone before lead is given to the side of Carnage Gaming, and they might but no. X goes down to Power, who is still sticking on that splash. Gets a nice double, actually, in the remix, being the last player left alive on that little scaffold area. Power not, wisely not going. Oh, no! No, Power, no!
And
no.
Power falls down. Again, they do have a pretty commanding lead right now. And you hate to see it, but
the rug got pulled from underneath Power, and that might be just what they need. Ombre with a nice double,
triple.
make that a triple. So there you go.
Yeah.
If you're going to use that weapon, you need to start killing people. A nice triple is just what Madhouse needed there.
Yeah, Madhouse will likely get down and remove their penalty points, and we'll see how far they can push. But right now, 2 players are still down on Carnage Gaming, 1 player down on Madhouse, and they get past the 50 mark right here. But again, Madhouse doing a really good job just pushing up and painting. I don't think anybody's really by the zone at all. All these players are pushing up. Yeah,
Power goes down again, and Wupar is being an absolute problem right now. Oh my gosh.
Behind the spawn.
You do not want to see that. And that is going to give lead to Madhouse, and they are just a few ticks away from punching their tickets into top 8. Shiny working around this right side, thrusting the suction bomb, trying to do anything to stall the zone, but that baller
do it? No.
is going to count it out. Will they do enough?
Oh. Carnage Gaming gets it, giving 67 penalty points to Madhouse. We just have about 2 minutes remaining. What an absolutely crazy comeback by Carnage Gaming for the time being. We'll see if they can hold on to it.
I think Madhouse got a little greedy there. I think sitting the brush all the way to the spawn, there's not really anything you can do there other than just say I'm in your spawn.
Right,
But regardless, Carnage Gaming still in this one, at least for a little bit longer. A lot of penalty points on the side of Madhouse, but they do have the specials built up. Baller on that vanilla Luna Blaster as well, ready to go from Ombre, who does not get the pick there. And very nice double team with Shiny getting the follow-up there as well. As Ombre jumps back in here with armor on that Luna Blaster.
Yeah, there are 3 players down now in Carnage Gaming, and it's just a Charger alive. So Madhouse is going to do a really good job touching up on their zone, getting the zone, and is going to continue to push upward.
Minute 20 left to go here. Carnage Gaming able to stall the zone, but they're not able to get into any kind of control to get a lockout going. They were able to just get one legit push off so far in this first 4 minutes, but now they need to make something happen or their tournament lives are over. Here at Riptide, we see Wupar back onto the zone, just trying to keep it purple, as they do have the man advantage with Rizza and I believe that was Power who went down earlier, and now not a lot of penalty points remaining, and the zone stalls out just again, and 2 players go down for Madhouse, so somebody on Carnage Gaming is getting the splats they need. The question is, can they finally establish yet another lockout? It's going to be difficult to do with a brush on your enemy side of the map, and the blasters coming in as well. We're seeing another pincer situation coming out here.
Yeah, right now Carnage Gaming, they do have the zone, but again, they only have 30 seconds. So once again, if you lose control, you really have to pick it back up very, very quickly to avoid getting a lot of penalty points. 25 seconds remaining, and it looks like 2 players are down on Carnage Gaming. Madhouse is once again going to push up, watching and preventing all flanks as possible.
Rizza does have armor ready to go, and they're going to need it. It's popped right now. They have to make a play if they want to stay in this one. Shiny trying to get a pick on the remix. It's not doing just enough. Oh, they do stall the zone, but 2 players go down.
Oh, but they have it. Carnage Gaming has a zone. Can they get it back? Zone is neutral right now. It looks like the Booyah Bomb could be GG Booyah Bomb, and it is giving Madhouse the win, winning the set 3-0.
Wow.
Oh.
I want to point something out. Yes, the key moment, changing moment in that game was when Power got the double and then accidentally fell when the bridge opened up. I just wanted to point this out.
Yeah.
I kind of alluded to this.
Yeah.
If it's like 2 in the afternoon right now, that mental mistake doesn't happen.
Right.
That was tournament fatigue,
Yeah.
obviously setting in, and it just kind of happened at an awkward time.
Yeah, and the worst part about that, too, is when you're falling, it is like 5 times longer when you're playing. You know, when you fall and you're like, okay, yeah, please, like, go away and respawn, but it just takes forever. But again, really, really entertaining set.
And that will do it for Carnage Gaming here. I don't know what official place that they go out in, tied for 12th or whatever. It doesn't.
Something. They made the top 16, and they did a really good job with what they did.
And, you know, they're on stream being commentated by me and you, so life can't really get much better than that, obviously. There's some other pools going on. Some other teams are starting to get eliminated on the other stations that are off screen that you guys haven't seen yet. And just to kind of paint the picture, I'm sure other commentators have come on and kind of given you guys an idea of what like the venue has been like so far. There's like 5 other stations completely off screen, like a good several yards away from where the setup is here for the stream set.
Yeah.
And there's just constantly people playing competitive sets. A lot of really good sets that you will never see and that you will never get any clips of.
I know.
Because it's all at the shoal. Have been happening, and a lot of these people have seen it. And it's weird because it's basically just going